Hey there everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Lauren of Lauren Makes Plans, and today I am here with another Bible review in my June Bible review series. So I believe this is the fourth Bible review video I have filmed in this series. We're getting close to the end. We have one more Bible after this, and then I have something else that's not a Bible that's still, I think, going to go in with this series. So if you have not seen the previous three, make sure you go check those out. We have reviewed an ESV study Bible, an ESV journaling study Bible that it was a collaboration with King Folk Co., and a Hosanna Revival ESV large print study Bible. So those are all up and live, and you should be able to see those, so make sure you go check all of those out. Also, all of those Bibles should be linked in the description box below, so if you're interested in any of those, make sure you check those out. But today I'm here with this next one. This one is an NIV large print life application study Bible. Like I have said in previous videos, the reason I have all of these and I'm doing all these reviews is because it is graduation season. And our church has 6 different graduates this year, and typically churches, whenever people graduate, they will give them a Bible, and we let all of our graduates pick their own Bibles this year, and everyone picked something different. So I thought it would be really cool, while all these Bibles were in my house, to kind of flip through and show you all these different options because there are so many of them. So I'm going to get started with this one. This person was the only one that picked an NIV. Everybody else picked an ESV. So this one's a little different. Again, this box kind of got damaged in transit, but it's not as bad as the ESV Study Bible one. But this is the 3rd edition Life Application Study Bible in NIV, large print, and this is the brown bonded leather. This one is a big chunky Bible. Like, it's a big chunky Bible. It's not that much bigger than the Hosanna Revival one though. I love this cover on it. It's brown bonded leather, but I love like the grain and the texture in it. I mean, it's definitely not premium Bible leather quality, but it is nice, and it is really, really pretty. I really like it. It does have the gold page gilding here. Life Application Study Bible, NIV Zondervan, with some like gold bands down the side. Super, super nice. I love this cover on this one so much. So jumping straight in with this one, you do have the brown leather-like end sheets. Presentation page. Presented to by On, your word is a lamp to my feet and light on my path. Life Application Study Bible. So you don't get the extra presentation pages of like births, deaths, marriages, the whole family register, but you do get a nice presentation page. And then because this one is so chunky, it's not like, it's not opening super well, but that's okay. So you have a contents page here, so books of the Bible, all these like introduction type things, like features of the Life Application Study Bible, preface, the NIV cross-reference system, all of that kind of stuff. And then you have the Old Testament and the New Testament and some things in between. So you have like a welcome to the study Bible, and then a list of all of your books of the Bible and what page you can find that book of the Bible beginning on. Books of the Bible in alphabetical order, also still with the page you can find them on, which is helpful, but now they are in alphabetical order instead of the order of the canon, which I can't pronounce how you actually, it's like canonical order. I don't know how to pronounce that. The NIV cross-reference system. So the NIV has a very special and specific cross-reference system for their translation, and this is like kind of how that works for their cross-references. And then you have the preface, their translation philosophy for the NIV, their textual basis, footnotes and formatting, and then their contributors, to their study notes. And then why the Life Application Study Bible is unique. So it kind of talks about the life application part of it and what that is, and why it is helpful and unique. And then a chronological events of Bible events and world events. So that's really cool. So it starts with creation and the ark. And then it talks about when the Egyptians discovered the papyrus and ink, which is really cool. It may not seem like something super relevant to the Bible, but a large portion of the Bible was written on papyrus with ink. So that's really cool to know. Other things that, like, Abraham's born, all these different things of biblical importance on the top combined with other world history events. So you can kind of see how those things all line up together. And that continues throughout. What is application? Features of the Life Application Study Bible, still continuing with that timeline throughout. And I like this a lot, that in the little circle here, it gives you like a little image of what that looks like. So you're not like, oh, it's cool that it has a book introduction section, but I don't know what that looks like when I get to the page. In this little bubble, it gives you like a little image of what that particular feature is going to look like whenever you get to the page that you're on. So that's really cool. Continuing on with the features. And then the Old Testament, they kind of carry this red theme throughout the Bible in their color scheme. So here is Genesis, and I'm going to skip to a different book of the Bible to like give you a walkthrough of what's at the beginning of each, because it's not laying flat. So let's go somewhere a little deeper in here. Let's see. Okay, so for the beginning of Jeremiah, so you have this introduction to Jeremiah about what is success, visual statistics, so Jeremiah's purpose, the author, the original audience, the date, written, the setting, the key verse, key people, key places, special features. So your main context information is down in this red sidebar. And then you have kind of this little devotional about success and the background of that and how that is relevant to Jeremiah. So people say that they're not successful because they don't see the results of something. Jeremiah was a prophet that never technically saw results of his ministry in his time on earth. So some people would consider that a failure. So this is a whole thing about what is success, what makes Jeremiah successful or not, what makes us successful or not, which I think is really a good thoughts to consider there. So then you have a timeline here of like what's going on in the time of Jeremiah. So then we have the blueprint here of like setting the stage, mega themes. So explanation of those themes like sin, punishment, God is Lord of all, new hearts, faithful service. Key places in Jeremiah that he would mention. So Judah with its capital of Jerusalem, or Shiloh, Jericho, different places that are important and key throughout the book of Jeremiah, and some information about those places, and then a map where you can see where all those places are in relation to each other. So then you go into the text. This is a single column large print. So this is kind of a little note up here before it starts about God's judgment on Judah that I'm pretty sure it looks like it may match up with the outline of the book. Yeah, God's judgment on Jonah from the blueprint, or on Judah from the blueprint section here, and that will match here with this from this blueprint section in the beginning. Again, I mentioned in some of the other ones that you can see whenever it's a lament or a song or a psalm, a poem of some sort, set apart in a different typeface. Otherwise, it's a single column, just like in the other ones. And then you have your cross references down the side with notes down in the bottom. Again, I really like about these study Bibles that the study notes down here, they have bolded what the verse reference is to make it easier to find. That's really, really helpful for me, and I really like that. You've got a chart about different things with Jeremiah, the times, the message, application for his message today, different things like that. So you have all sorts of extra helps throughout this, but those are the main basic overview of what you'll get in a book generally. So that is a look kind of at an Old Testament book. So then we'll go over to the in between the testaments period and see what we've got going on in there. All right, so this is your time between the Old and New Testaments. You've got the end of Malachi, beginning of this. So there's an interlude. So it just like explains kind of the pause between the Old Testament and Jesus. The Persian period, the Hellenistic period, just some information about those time periods that took place in between the Testaments, the Maccabean period, the Roman period. And then you have the New Testament, again with that same red theme carried throughout. So then here is Matthew. Same basic look as what we had in Jeremiah. So you have your sidebar here that has all of your basic context information. Some more like basic devotional kind of information here about Matthew and his book and things that take place in his time period. Timeline down through here. So here's Herod the Great begins to rule. Jesus is born, escape to Egypt, all the way throughout Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection and ascension. You then have your blueprint here. Again, kind of your little outline going on of the book with your mega themes throughout the book here. Key places in Matthew. There are less key places in Matthew than there are in Jeremiah, which makes sense because even though Jesus's ministry was so impactful, obviously because he was Jesus and it was his ministry, it actually took place in a fairly small area because he was mostly there to minister to Israel at the time period. So here is the key places through there. And then you start here with Matthew 1, again, the birth and preparation of Jesus the King, which will match up with your blueprint back here. Cross references, footnotes, biblical notes here, study notes, and kind of the same thing. Kind of the same thing throughout. So you do have like, here's a character information about Joseph, different things about Joseph throughout here, notable facts. So there's all kinds of really great information throughout here besides just the basic information that you get like at the beginning of each book. But to go through everything that you get in this book is just, it would just take too much time because there's so many helpful study tools throughout this Bible. So this is the first Bible that we have looked at in this review series that is a red letter edition. I've said before, a really good place to come to tell for sure if it's red letter or not is Matthew 5-7 because of the Sermon on the Mount. I've told you this is all Jesus talking for like 3 chapters. And if you have a red letter Bible, you know what I'm talking about. There's one of our ribbon markers. It's like a gold color. And it's a whole bunch of red letters throughout here, Jesus speaking. So this is a red letter edition Bible. Oh, let me get my ribbon put back here. Go back in there, little ribbon. Okay. So then you get all the way through the New Testament. Here's the end of Revelation. And then all of this back here is extra study notes and resources. So you have your weights and measurements. Pages are kind of sticking together here, but you do get your weights and your measurements. Christian Workers Resource, so how to become a Christian. That is helpful. So this section includes how to become a Christian, how to follow up with a new believer, mining the treasures of the Life Application Study Bible. So you've been asked to speak and taking this step to application. So those are really helpful resources for someone learning to study the Bible, but also for someone that is trying to witness to and disciple others that are becoming a Christian. So this is kind of the end of that section here. So then you get a 365-day reading plan. This one is not, oh, yes it is, okay. I was gonna say it's not dated, but it is dated. So January, February, March, all throughout, and it has nice little check boxes for you to check off as you read. Abbreviations in the master index. So here's like a abbreviation of each book of the Bible. These pages are really sticking together. So this is a master index to the notes, charts, and personality profiles throughout the Bible. So if you want to know about Aaron, his ordination, his role as high priest, his death, different things like that, you can look up all of this about Aaron, and all throughout hear about all these different people and places and things throughout. I think this is still that master index. And once you get to the end of that, let me turn that page. This is an index to the charts throughout. There are a lot of charts throughout this Bible, so that's helpful if you're looking for something specific. An index to the maps, index to the personality profiles, so they want to make sure you really can find what you're looking for, which is helpful because there is so much stuff in here. Then you have a dictionary and concordance back here, which is helpful. I don't think I've seen a dictionary concordance combined, so that's nice to have. And then once you get to the end of the concordance, that is the end of the resources until you get back here to the maps that are on a nice like glossy cardstock. So you have the world of the patriarchs, the Holy Land and Sinai, Exodus and the conquest of Canaan, the land of the 12 tribes, kingdom of David and Solomon, kingdoms of Israel and Judah, prophets in Israel and Judah, Assyrian and Babylonian empires, Holy Land in the time of Jesus, Jerusalem in the time of Jesus, Jesus's ministry, apostles' early travels, Paul's missionary journeys, and the Roman Empire. Then you have another leather in sheet back here, and that is it. That is the NIV Life Application Study Bible. I really like this one. It's a bit chunky for me to use. Like my personal preference is it's a bit chunky to use on a regular basis. But I mean, you know, I like a big giant journaling Bible, so that's just me. But it is very chunky, but it's a very nice Bible, very good resources in here. So I really like this one. So you guys will have to let me know down in the comments again what your thoughts are on this Bible. And this is the 4th one. Is your favorite still holding strong? Do you like this one better? Do you have a new favorite? What are you thinking about all these Bibles so far? So let me know down in the comments what you think about all those. We still have one more Bible to review and another resource to also review. So we're getting close to the end of this series. I hope you've been enjoying it. Let me know your thoughts on all of it down below. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you know when I post new videos on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching.